Hello and welcome to SGPN's A Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Monday, June 2nd, 2025. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DailyDog. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Again, I can't believe it's already June 2nd. We missed June 1st, but we did have a nice show on Friday. Hit a couple entries on Friday. We hit one of our MLB entries with Frankie Lindor and Corbin Carroll. That was a 3.12x. We hit a MLB entry, our fourth MLB entry with Kyle Freeland, higher than 2.5 earned runs allowed. Josh Naylor, higher than 1.5 total bases. That was beautiful. A Lotto entry went 2 out of 3, so nice little profit there. And then on Saturday, we hit one of our NBA entries as well. So nice weekend for us here, and we're going to try to keep it running throughout this week as well. By the way, new time, we're back to recording the show late at night Pacific time, early morning on the East Coast, so that you have more time to get these entries in and more people have a chance to listen. Maybe it'll be a little bit of an adjustment this week, but I'll try to keep it together and keep it consistent because, honestly, I do prefer to record it during the day, but I know that for the listeners, that's a little bit more of a pain having to try to get everything in the middle of the day while you got your work week and everything else going on. So without further ado, let's get into today. MLB entry number 1. And by the way, I should say it's going to be a very, very, very heavy MLB day given the sporting schedule for the day. But MLB entry number 1, Manny Machado, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs against Logan Webb and the San Francisco Giants. Manny Machado is 13 of 35 for his career, 3.71 average against this guy. He's got a home run against him. He's got a double against him and 11 singles. We need traffic on the bases so we can drive one in, or we need someone to drive him in. I'm confident he's going to get at least a hit in this game. So he's going to need help from a teammate, but I have a feeling he could also hit a home run here. He's not necessarily a Dong Squad member, but hey, it could be worse. I think that he's got a great shot. And then I isolated another player, Denzel Clarke, higher than 0.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in this game against the Twins and Joe Ryan. Denzel Clarke, last 2 games, he's gotten 3 hits in his last 2 games, scored 3 runs in his last 2 games. He has been getting effective. The young rookie has started slow. He started slow when he got called up to the majors, but he started to find something late in that series. It was a bad series for the Athletics against the Blue Jays, but Clarke was able to find himself on the score sheet. I think he's going to be able to do something here, get a hit, get a run, get an RBI. Just do one of those things, man. We only need higher than 0.5. So Manny Machado with Denzel Clarke, 3x multiplier. MLB entry number 2. We're going to go back to that game in the Twin Cities. We're going to go Byron Buxton, higher than 1.5 total bases against Luis Severino and the Athletics. Buxton, obviously, he's an extra base hit machine with that speed he has around on the base path. Luis Severino, obviously, pretty good pitcher, but Buxton's 1 of 4 for his career. That one hit was a home run, so he could do it all in one swing very easily here. And then I'm going to take Kerry Carpenter, higher than 1.5 total bases in this game against the White Sox and Jonathan Cannon. He is 4 of 7 for his career against Jonathan Cannon with a double and 2 home runs. Yeah, we like that. I'm going to take Kerry Carpenter higher than 1.5 total bases here with Byron Buxton higher than 1.5 total bases. 2 guys that bat high in the order. They usually get more at-bats. They are both road players as well, which means they should have an extra at-bat. It's not the situation where they might not bat at the bottom of the 9th. So that is what I'm doing there. That's a 3x multiplier, but I really, really like it. MLB number 3, we got a little bit more juice on this one. More bases. We're going Luis Arraez higher than 1.5 total bases against Webb and the Giants. There's only so many games, so we got to double dip in a couple of these. But another guy who's just got a great matchup history. Luis Arraez is 8 of 13 against Logan Webb. All singles, 8 singles, but get a couple singles in this one, Luis Arraez. He's had multi-hit games in 2 consecutive, so I think Luis Arraez is definitely rounding into form. The guy who's won 2 batting titles is hitting like a guy who's going to try to win a third. So give me Luis Arraez higher than 1.5 total bases. I'm going to pair that with Jesus Sanchez against German Marquez. He's 1 of 3 with a home run against him. But, Sanchez has also been rounding into form lately. He's not, again, he's a power hitter, but again, he's actually been finding gaps lately. It's frustrating when he's up there swinging as hard as he can. It feels like with his eyes closed sometimes, and the ball is just going straight into a glove. But he had 1 at-bat in his last game, and he had a hit in that one. He had a hit in 2 at-bats in the game previous. He had a home run in the game previous to that against the Padres. He had 3 hits in the game previous to that, 2 hits in the game previous to that. So it's just Jesus Sanchez is rounding into form. He's on a hit streak. You love to see it. Give me Jesus Sanchez higher than 1.5 total bases. Luis Arraez higher than 1.5 total bases. 3.4x multiplier. MLB entry number 4. We are going to go with same game here. We're going to go with Trevor Story of the Red Sox higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs against Tyler Anderson and the Angels. Lefty Tyler Anderson. I like Tyler Anderson. I really do. But Trevor Story is actually having a solid couple days, solid season. He's obviously been hurt for a long time, so he missed a lot of time. But he's back in action. He's being a productive member of this team for the Red Sox. So I like Story here, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at a flat multiplier. That seems like a pretty good value. And then in this game, I'm going to take Zach Neto higher than 1.5 total bases. Neto is just a stud. I don't know what else to say. I like Neto a lot. He's a guy who performs in quite a few situations. It's not every single day, but more often than not, it's pretty good. He's only had one. He didn't have a hit yesterday against the Guardians, or actually on Saturday he didn't have a hit. But he's been playing pretty well lately. I mean, give me Zach Neto higher than 1.5 total bases here with Trevor Story higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That is a 3x multiplier. Next up, we're going to go to our pitchers, our combos. Germán Marquez plus Max Meyer higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. The Germán Marquez part of it, not too surprising. I mean, we try to fade the Rockies pitchers about every chance we can get. But Max Meyer also, he's slowed down. I thought he was a dark horse Cy Young candidate early in the year, but he's slowed down a little bit. I'm not saying that the Rockies offense is good, but they do have a couple dangerous bats at the top of the order, especially Ezekiel Tovar. He really ignites this offense. And then again, I think Marquez could give up a home run very, very easily early on in this game in the first inning. So higher than 0.5 first inning runs on that one. And then Aaron Civale plus Brady Singer, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in this Reds against Brewers game. Civale's actually been playing pretty well lately. Brady Singer is, maybe slightly above league average pitcher. I don't think that he's great, but I don't think he's bad by any means. So we're going to be taking Aaron Civale plus Brady Singer lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. And that is a 3.12x multiplier. Pitchers entry number 2, we're going to go Joe Ryan plus Luis Severino, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I don't think that anyone's going to score here. I think Joe Ryan's going to get out of the first inning versus Athletics pretty easily. Severino might get tagged up a little bit in the first 5 innings, but I think he can get out of the first inning. Just get out of the first. Severino, he's trying to do yeoman's work, trying to get some wins for this Athletics team, but it's hard to do, man. Their bullpen is terrible and their bats are inconsistent, although there are some dangerous guys in that lineup. Then we're going to go Stephen Kolek plus Logan Webb higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed, because I know so many of these Padres have really good splits against Logan Webb, and Stephen Kolek, on the other hand, not the most experienced pitcher. The Giants do have dangerous bats as well. So with the Twins and Athletics game lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed, and the Padres Giants game higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed, 3.12x. All right, let's get into Lotto entry number 1. We are going to go with Germán Marquez higher than 3.5 earned runs allowed, Luis Arraez higher than 2.5 total bases, Freddie Freeman higher than 2.5 total bases. 21.54x if it goes 3 for 3. I recommend flexing at 10.77x if it goes 3 for 3, 3.09x if it goes 2 for 3. Nice little return if you go 2 out of 3 on that one. Dong squad number 1, we're going to go with Agustin Ramirez higher than 0.5 home runs. Kerry Carpenter higher than 0.5 home runs. Pete Alonso higher than 0.5 home runs. 65.69x or 32.84x if you flex it. If it goes 2 out of 3 on the flex, 6.63x. That is a good way to make some money. Dong squad number 2. A little bit longer shot here. Lawrence Butler higher than 0.5 home runs. I love Law, but Ellie De La Cruz higher than 0.5 home runs. And Andrew Benintendi higher than 0.5 home runs. 104.67x if it goes 3 for 3. Flex it 52.33x or 9.13x if it goes 2 out of 3. Tennis entry number 1. We're going to do this one. It's going to be an overnight entry that you have to put in. First match is later this afternoon, and the second match is going to be overnight or early morning on the East Coast. So we're going to go Yannick Sinner on the men's side, lower than 30.5 games played against Andre Rublev. I think Rublev is going to be in deep trouble here. And then Coco Gauff, lower than 0.5 sets lost. I think Coco is just playing at another level. I love Ekaterina Alexandrova. She's got a good serve, but on clay, Coco has a distinct advantage. So 3x multiplier on that one. Last one, NBA series. We're going for a long play here. And by the way, we're going to get into the extender. I'll bring more on that later this week. But NBA series, Pascal Siakam higher than 19.5 points per game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander lower than 33.5 points per game. 3x multiplier. All right, that's all I got for you today. Good luck on your bets, and good luck on your picks, and let's make some money.